And of course, how can we forget Hard Mountain Dew? So this is also the 2022 release, a partnership between Pepsi and Sam Adams, which is a Boston beer. Same logo, same color scheme, same graphics, same font, and the alcoholic version has a little eagle on it. Might be more fitting to kids because it's a cooler design. And obviously we can see that this is a problem. But why is this a problem? Coke, using an attractive kid-teen drink with the alcohol attracts kids' attention. It makes drinking seem youthful and more familiar. And the sweet and nostalgic taste of the drink can actually hide the alcohol flavor from the drinker as well. And then the last product that we're going to talk to you guys about today are edible sweet products. And so, next slide, please. These come in all sorts of different shapes and forms, including alcoholic freeze pops by Bud Light. Truly and Dailies also made alcoholic freeze pops. Cardi B has a new product out called Whip Shots, which is a vodka-infused whipped cream in all sorts of different flavors, including vanilla, mocha, caramel. And then there are also alcoholic ice creams, including one by Coors that is creamsicle flavored. And then there have also been different alcohol companies that have come out with candies, including Tito's and Truly. And so the problem here is that this is going to attract kids' attention, and again, it's going to make drinking seem a lot more youthful and familiar while masking that taste of alcohol. So now we're going to talk a little bit about what we can actually do and what we've been doing about this issue. So step one is we educated ourselves. We did training with groups and we talked with our advocates and we did research on the issue. And our third step is developing our message. So what we did for this one is we figured out what are these 7 categories that we're going to be looking at and what are the problems with each of these products. Because the alcohol industry already knows what their message is. It's that alcohol is youthful, it's harmless and fun. It's fun to do with friends, it's part of being accepted and being a part of sports. And then our final step was to take action. And this all began with our high-risk products campaign kickoff event. And our message for this campaign was, hey big alcohol, dress up is for kids. So this all began with a bunch of posters and signs. We had a huge rally in downtown Dover. As you can see, here are some pictures. We're doing chants, we're screaming. We also had some large visuals, like you can see. We had this giant closet display with a bunch of different dress-up costumes inside. And then we also had some small visuals that were great for talking to pedestrians with. And as you can see, it said, which of these have alcohol? All of them. And so, again, we did tons of chants. We were super loud. We also had palm card teams going around handing these palm cards to pedestrians, having conversations, and kind of getting the community more aware of our message on a grassroots level. And then finally, we ended the day with a press conference. And we ended up getting a ton of media coverage, and we had a huge article in the Boston Globe. We also met with the New Hampshire Liquor Commission a few weeks ago. And as a result, the fine unique beer that we previously showed is gone. Bye-bye. No longer allowed. And during that meeting, we also came to the conclusion of the Liquor Commission that the alcoholic Mountain Dew is not in New Hampshire and it will stay out. And the Smite Nose Brewers about the New Hampshire Wildcat branded beer. And then this week, we will also be sending letters to Kellogg's and Sugarland Distilling Company. I was part of that project. It's looking pretty good so far, and we're hoping to really get to these companies and encourage them to be more responsible with their marketing.
And we're also scheduling more presentations like this one to parents and other people in our community to give them some more knowledge in this field.
We've also met with our Senator, David Waters, and he is very interested in this topic, and he's hoping to propose some legislation to increase New Hampshire's ability to control high-risk products like the ones that we showed today.
And we also have several media projects in the works, and we have an example for you that Mitch will play shortly.
But before he does that, we just wanted to wrap up today and turn it over to Mitch to see if you guys have any questions at all. Thank you so much for listening.
Well done.
Okay. Ooh, simply lemonade.
Oh, study the orange drink.
Oh, hey, slushies. I call the red one.
No way, those all have alcohol in them. It's only for adults. Really?
The sweet taste and familiar brands may make it easier to start drinking at a younger age. What's in your fridge?
Created and presented by DoubleTree to you.
That is true. That can happen. And it's loud.
They're a great group. I would love to have had them here today. They would have liked mingling with this crowd. A little bit about advocacy to close out. The students in Dover are doing a great job. I'm very proud of them. They have no interest in doing it by themselves and would welcome any group, coalition, and particularly any youth advocacy group out there that wanted to jump in on any of this. Just let us know. We love that kind of collaboration. Advocacy works. For example, the Busy product that says antioxidants, vitamin C. So the Center for Science of the Public Interest, CSPI, national nonprofit group that does all the great work, got a letter writing campaign together to the FDA complaining that this is making it look like a health drink. And while that was going on, a different group filed suit against Molson Coors, that makes this product, and they filed a civil lawsuit, again, a class action lawsuit against Molson Coors, saying that this is deceptive in its nature. So they picked on this product. When we do this presentation, this is Exhibit A for trying to make it look like a health drink, when we know it's far from that. And it just got announced in August, and I just actually became aware of it just a couple weeks ago. They settled the lawsuit. Molson Coors surrendered. They agreed to create a $9.5 million settlement fund, and people that purchase this can file against that fund to get reimbursed for the cost of it, and they have to pay attorney fees for the people that sued them and all that. So that's a class action lawsuit. So that's a great example of the field getting together and saying, you've gone too far. That's not acceptable. And we need to do that kind of thing, exactly that kind of thing. A lot of these products are available in New Hampshire, not all of them. And the Liquor Commission is a great ally if you spot something and go, that's over the line. Things that we're working on right now that you might want to join in on. First of all, anyone can jump in on. Let's talk about the Eggo 40 proof, 20% alcohol rum drink with the Eggo Kellogg's brand. Kellogg's makes Eggo waffles, pancakes, breakfast, and as you can see from the packaging, very youthful oriented. They just split up. Kellogg's just split. There's two related companies. Kellogg's makes the cereal, Kellanova, Kellanova, Kellanova.com. So anyone here could get on their phone or go home to their computer and go to kellanova.com, contact us, and put in a complaint. Hey, what are you doing allowing your logo to be on an alcohol product? The people that produce the alcohol product is Sugarland Distilling in Virginia or West Virginia. I don't know, we sent a letter to them, we sent a letter to Kellogg's, Kellanova. I don't know if the alcoholic brewer cares what we think in Dover, New Hampshire, but Kellogg's is very sensitive to their family-friendly image. So if they received hundreds of letters, contacts, emails, that would be very powerful. It's Red Ribbon Week. What's one thing you can do? Join us. Contact Kellanova and say, that's too far, that's over the line, and some little thing about that we can all do. So we're encouraging our families to do it. We're giving a webinar on this at the end of November. We're going to encourage people all over the country to do that. And tell your friends. And what if Kellanova received hundreds of complaints? Would that matter to them? That kind of advocacy has worked in the past. So what the heck, we might as well try it. So great project for any of the youth groups there. Thank you very much to my three friends from Goffstown that helped out with all the visuals going around. And I have business cards up here. Just get my attention. If you have a youth group that you would like to do some of these things, work with us. You saw the PowerPoint they used is the one we use. We do presentations all over the place. We'll give you the PowerPoint. We'll give you the lesson plan. We'll give you the handouts, everything you would need to do that presentation. We'll get on Zoom. We'll help train your students. If your students are going to go out and present to the PTA or to whoever. So if we can help you pick up on this message and carry it forward and get your own samples like that, it's a great, quick, easy to learn presentation, and you've already seen that. So if you have any interest in that, let me know, and I'll get you the resources for that. We're giving a conference on November 16th in Brentwood, New Hampshire, right off of 101, and they're right there Epping. On November 16th, it's for youth and their advisors and any coalition people who want to come or that have interest in engaging youth. It's all about youth empowerment. The theme of this year's conference is high-risk alcohol products. So, again, if you want to know about that and you don't already know about it, get my business card, and we'd love to have you there. Thank you so much for having me here and all the good work you do here in the Manchester area. I'm glad to be able to partner with you today. Thanks.
Hold tight, making a little switcheroo here for our next presenter to come up. While I got your attention, we'll talk about the challenge, I guess, for a minute. So we have challenge information on the tables and in the back, but really what we're doing is asking you to take part of this challenge, help us distribute the doTERRA bags and the message of the Zero Left Project, which is exactly what it says and is really important right now, especially with Take Back coming up on Saturday. Go home, go back to your schools, encourage everyone to have conversation about safe use, storage, and disposal. Get to and encourage them to get to a Dropbox or a spot this weekend. Almost every police department in the state of New Hampshire are participating. All of the ones here in the greater Manchester, so no one has an excuse. You can get that medicine cabinet cleaned out or any extra medication they had from a surgery or a dental surgery or whatever, and get it out of your house. The doTERRA project is that in between the take back events. They're biodegradable, they're really easy to use, and I sit on a national conference around that, and they did just release that people can use them for liquids, so you can put, if you have a little bit of extra cough medicine or any liquid medication, you can use them for that as well, so that's a new update. But the project is to really get the message out, to get everyone to get those old drugs out, use the doTERRA bags in between the take backs, and participate in the take back if you can. We know two things, that all of you love social media and you all love food, especially pizza and Puritan chicken. So, if you look at the sheet, you'll see that there's levels. If you commit to distributing the tear bags that we have packages, if we don't have enough today, we can get them. Tracy will be able to bring them to your school or to your location. And there's some guidelines on that, right? So if you take the challenge of 50 or 100, the stakes go up. You get the chicken if you hit the top line. So take some minutes to think about that and consider that for your school or for your community group. And at any age, right? So we have some middle schoolers here, you can do it as well. High schoolers can do it, parents can do it, anybody can do it. All right. Drum roll. We have a special guest presenting today to you all, Miss Kay, who is actually on our staff, but more importantly than that, Miss Kay is a New England Patriots cheerleader, and she's come here to share her story, how she got to this point, and where she's going in the future. So come on up. Please welcome Kay. Switching computers. So I don't know if you have the sheet on your tables, but if you don't, I'm going to run through it for you. So we have, it's really simple. So we're asking you the first step is to learn about the Zero Left project. We have the brochures here, and choose your level. So the challenge level 1 is agree to take a box with 50 Tetra bags and distribute them by the 11/3, which is next Friday. If you do that successfully, and you document that you're doing that, document by pictures, videos, however you feel comfortable and are allowed to do, you will win a pizza party for 10 from your favorite local pizza spot. We had to change that because we said favorite pizza. I was like, wait a minute. Someone's going to ask for pizza from Boston. So, local. Okay, we're on to you guys. We're also going to include you in our social media posts, follow up to this event and also to the challenge. So obviously if you win, you're going to get more exposure for your school and your group. Level 2 is, and I expect there's a couple schools here to step up, Goffstown, Bedford, to distribute 100 Tetra bags by 11/3. Not only do you get pizza for 20 at your local restaurant, we also be featured in our social media and be the first one to do our Life of a Teen, LOAT, it's referred to, podcast, which is relaunching in January. Topic of your choice, within reason, because it's got to go public. So we just want you to sign up. Tracy and our team are ready to help you with that before you walk out the door. We have boxes. We want to take pictures of you taking on the challenge. And then you can submit. We have the QR code because we're fancy. We got the QR codes. Then there's one other little thing at the very bottom. The first team that distributes by 10:30, which is Monday, so take back weekend, and scans in proof that you've done that, we're going to add the Puritan chicken to the pizza party of your choice. So that's the overview. We know who doesn't love pizza. Everyone's got their favorite pizza shop. We also know everybody loves Puritan chicken, so that's a big draw. But more importantly, to get the message out, share the message about zero left, which is really safe use, storage, and disposal, and help us get the word out. Are you ready? Okay. Woo! We did it. Okay. Again, Miss Kay.
Hello everyone. How are y'all doing? Good. I don't know, that didn't sound so excited. How are y'all doing? Yeah? It's a little early, I know. So, as Mary said, my name is Kay. My full name is Kay Shauna, but most people refer to me as Kay, and I am actually the Community Impact Communications Manager for Making It Happen, but I also live a double life as a New England Patriots cheerleader, and I don't think my disguise is working too well today, but I'm super happy to be here with you all, and I want to thank Tracy and Mary for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this because it's so important. Your voice really does matter, and I am so honored to be here. But we're gonna start off today by talking about actually all of you guys. So we're gonna do a little bit of an activity, and I hope, and I know, you guys have your phones. So if you wouldn't mind taking them out, I would really appreciate it. We're gonna do the activity that's on the screen. And there's a QR code, or you can go to the website and just type in the code. But it's a little interactive thing that we're gonna start with. So I'll give you guys some time to get that on your phones, and then we'll. Brian, do you know if we can zoom in, for any chance? The website is menti, menti.com. And the code is 21505404. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is as big as it gets, but yeah, I can repeat the website if you guys have it, but if you don't have it, but it sounds like, or it looks like people are already starting to submit their responses.
Go ahead.
So I'll give a couple more minutes for that. So it looks like it's slowing down a little bit. So this is a word map, and what's super cool about this is it ties in commonalities in your responses. So the question is, what word comes to mind when you think of a leader? So what's nice is the bigger words are things that you guys all pretty much think, or a lot of you think, and represents what a leader is. So I see words like responsible, strong, caring, confident, I see respectful, dedicated. So those are all great adjectives, so thank you guys for doing that. And I think that it is really important when it comes to a leader to be all of those adjectives. But I also have another slide for you guys. So this is what word describes you as a leader. So what I mean by that is, what are adjectives that come to mind that you feel you possess that make you a strong leader in your community, school, sports team, whatever it may be. Okay, so it kind of looks like we're at the same number we were at before. So if you notice, a lot of the adjectives that we had before are the same adjectives, or a lot of them are the same adjectives as what are here, that describes you all. So I think that's super cool to see that things that you think make a great leader you already possess, and that is so important to recognize in all of you. And so thank you for participating in that. And what I really want you to know is that all of the amazing attributes that you possess and how that makes you unique and undeniably important asset to this world is your superpower. And so now we'll talk about my story, and actually it stems from not realizing that actually growing up. So I was adopted at the age of 3 years old, which my mom always gets a little bit upset when I say 3 years old, because really they started taking me home at 18 months. But I had been taken away from my birth parents at 5 years old. My birth parents struggled with substance use and were involved with the dealing of illegal substances. I was a very sick baby, and my birth parents had taken me from the hospital before I was medically cleared. So after a warrant was placed to find me, the police were able to locate me at 5 days before I got any worse. And both of my parents were placed into custody. I was then placed into foster care with the most amazing foster parents who fostered over 200 kids in their lifetime, which truly was a blessing because they were able to take care of my severe medical needs as a baby. And a fun fact is the pictures that they took of me as a really little baby are the only baby pictures that I have to this day. And they were given the responsibility to take me to meet my birth sister to go on visits with our parents in incarceration, and the hope was that I would be able to return to my birth parents, but because my mother could not stay sober, I was placed up for adoption. I do truly believe this was another blessing in my life. Though I had to part ways with my birth siblings, I really don't know the person I would have been if I had stayed in that situation. And up to that point, substance use had made a drastic impact on my life, but there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and something that I am so fortunate to say, as so many children in the same position do not get to experience the same outcome. At 18 months of age, my life changed forever, and I was lovingly brought into a multiracial household and adopted at 3 years of age, which I still remember the ceremony to this day. I remember asking my older sister why I had to be adopted if I was already part of the family, and she had to explain to me that it was really just a formality and just to make it official, and I was pretty much sold on the ceremony once I saw the huge gigantic teddy bear that the judge had for me to take, so I was pretty much set at that point. But, I didn't really see a difference between my family and I, but growing up, society did. I was often told I was not black enough, but I also stood out because people noticed the difference in my skin color. I was essentially told that I was good enough for the categorization of my race, but was not good enough overall for just being me. This came in forms of being singled out by my kindergarten teacher for being the only African American person in the class, to the point where I had to switch schools because I started to feel oppressed. I was told my hair should not be worn natural in between braiding my hair, and that I should straighten it, and was made fun of for my facial features that are representative of my ethnicity, and even told I was pretty for a black girl. I truly struggled with my identity growing up, and at such a young age I could remember wishing that my skin would be a little lighter so that I could be viewed as more accepted by a mass culture that was not as accepting of me. I could also remember the feelings of discrimination based on my skin color at the age of 5. All of these factors are something that no person, let alone a child, should ever experience regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, or really anything, because we are all made to be who we are and not to fit into someone else's mold of us. However, it was not until the end of college when I started fully understanding this message. It is no secret that to be as successful as possible in life that you have to own who you are to the fullest and not only accept it, but embrace it. And the second I started to do that was the moment my life changed drastically. I was able to walk in Milan Fashion Week my senior year of college, and have since been signed by a well-renowned agency in New York called MMG. I graduated with my first master's in business and analytics 1 year after graduating with my undergraduate degree in 2020, and am now pursuing my second master's in public health from Brown University. I am pursuing a career in substance use prevention, something that once negatively impacted me, and I am now able to positively impact others' lives. And I made the New England Patriots cheer team my first attempt, and the first to make the team with braids. I am now honored to be gracing my second calendar as a cheerleader, and my first being on the cover, which is being released tonight, by the way, and have been able to become the And I have been able to become the leader I always wished I had growing up through advocating for using my unique skill, or using your unique skills to become a leader through my platform Fit Your Mold. Because every single person has an amazing purpose to fulfill, and that potential cannot be tapped if we are trying to fit into someone else's definition of us. It was not until I turned my pain into purpose and changed my perspective on people defining who I should be in order to restrict me, to now viewing these lessons as what guides me in my ambition. So, for each and every one of you, I want you to know that every quality you possess is amazing and something you should be proud of. You are important, seen, wanted, beautiful just as you are, strong and powerful. Your voice and decisions matter, and I cannot wait to see all of the amazing things you accomplish in your life and all of the good you bring to this world. The end. So now I just kind of wanted to open up the room to like any questions you might have, personal or just anything, and maybe getting to know a little bit more about you guys in those questions. So I guess we could just do a show of hands if you have any questions. Might have to project a little bit. I don't think we have like a pass around microphone. Oh.
Can you talk more about your goals and making it happen as we happen next year?
Yeah. So I am the Community Impact Communications Manager. So all of the social media posts that you see, a lot of them are my doing, and then also the social media team here at Making It Happen. And I also do a lot of events. It is a little bit newer. I started in August, and I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really blessed to be here. But a lot of the work that I do is outreach and awareness, especially substance use prevention, mental health awareness, and all the different initiatives that are really important for everyone to know and be aware of. And in the future, I think, I had a plan for so long. Growing up, I told everyone I was going to be a veterinarian. I went to my undergraduate degree, and I do hold an undergraduate degree in pre-veterinary science, but then I changed career paths, and I wanted to be a doctor like my dad, and then I changed again. And public health has really given me the avenue to dream that I can pretty much do so many things with my life, and some of those things that maybe I hope to do, maybe eventually I will work for one of the government agencies, or maybe someday I will open my own nonprofit, creating awareness. But I think the beauty of life, especially in public health, is that you can kind of do anything you want and anything that you have your mind set to. So something that this brings up that I really want to emphasize to you is don't be afraid of failing, because in the failures you're going to find so much success. I thought when I changed career paths so many times that those failures would define me and hold me back even further, but it's brought me to somewhere beautiful, and now I'm working for Making It Happen. So each and every one of you, I just want you to notice in yourselves that if you have to make a career change or make a change in yourself, it's leading you to a better place. Yeah.
What was your first step when you wanted to get involved in specifically making it happen? Or
Oh, okay. So I had been working in substance use prevention previously, and I knew I wanted to create a foundation for myself to be able to continue that important work. And so I happened to be on Indeed. I knew that I'm from Western Massachusetts. I knew I wanted to move to New Hampshire. And I found Making It Happen's opportunity, and I looked at the job description, and I applied, and I was like, they probably have so many amazing candidates. I don't know, it's probably a long shot, but I am so thankful that I was able to have this opportunity. So I think it's also important that we don't count ourselves out of things, and know that if you want to be involved in something, the first step is just to go for it, and finding organizations that will be helpful in helping you reach that mission, whatever it is. For me, it was substance use prevention and mental health awareness, but it doesn't matter what initiative that you want to go to. If it's important to you, there's always a way to accomplish it, whether it's you start from the grounding blocks of your own things, like how I did with Fit Your Mold, which is my other platform, or if you can work in coalition with another organization that's doing that work. It's also an amazing way to do that.
I'd like to congratulate you
Thank you so much. That means a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Kate. That is exceptional. Another round of applause for her. How correct is she though, right? Everybody has that purpose in life. And at 22, 23, 24 years of age, you're not supposed to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. The rest of your life could be a long time. So do whatever your passion is, and you can change course. When you go to college next year or a trade school, whatever you decide to do post-high school, it's not the end. Just because you select something doesn't mean that has to be the end. If you want to change, change. Just keep making good decisions, and good things will continue to happen for you. Now, with our Red Ribbon Week, we're excited. DEA, this is our big week. We have our drug take-backs on Saturday. I know Mary and company, I'll be over there as well. River's Edge, the Elliott River's Edge. And then most police departments are doing something. Thanks to Manchester Police for sponsoring here like they always do. But we hope to see each and every one of you in your respective communities. And I'm going to turn it over to Mary because she's the boss. Thank you.
I got a couple things I can't get out of this room without saying. All right. So thank you, Kay. And Kay is the one that's going to manage the social media on our challenge. So you'll be able to work with her on that. And also she'll be leading the development of our next round of the Life of a Teen Vote podcast, which, like I mentioned earlier, is going to start in January. So we're going to do one per month. So if you're interested in doing one of those, we can help you out with that and the details on that. So 2 things. I need your help out with one of them, actually with the 2 of them, but all right, I have 3 things. I want to just acknowledge Tracy, who's back there chit-chatting. Raise your hand. So Tracy, this week, hit her 1 year, first year at Make It Happen, and she survived. So let's give her Also, we may catch some flack for this, but I really need your help on this. Miss Stacy over here is taking pictures. Today's her birthday. Her friend Tracy asked me, challenged me to ask you to sing happy birthday to her. Are you ready for it? Let's go. Also, back on that table, there's a bunch of other bouquets. And what are they for? They're for each of your schools to take one bouquet, take it back to your school, and give it to somebody at your school that either makes you smile, or is leaving prevention, or is just having a bad day and might need some flowers. So you, the groups from the schools, you can decide, so you can grab one of those on your way out. And also, as asked twice already, we'd love you to join the challenge. Make sure you get a group shot before you leave, and make sure you grab some swag. So that's the end of our program. Stay, network, get your picture taken, get your photos, and have an amazing day. Thank you.